Let's take a look inside Blocks Magazine issue 128. Hey LEGO fans, I'm Graham, editor of Blocks Magazine, and I'm delighted to share with you a look inside our latest issue of Blocks Magazine. We've got Beauty and the Beast on the cover. Now, as I talk through this, I'm going to show you some of the features and articles that we've got inside this latest edition. I'm also going to talk about some of the decision making that we do. Hopefully it'll be interesting to hear a little bit more about what goes in to putting the magazine together. Now, Blocks is for adult fans of LEGO, so we're always thinking about the most relevant sets that appeal to the fan community. And as soon as we saw the LEGO Disney Beauty and the Beast castle, we knew this one was perfect for a front cover. We've had a lot of fun with the previous Disney castle sets on the front cover, but in the case of those ones, they were really obvious in the sense that the castle itself was an icon. Everyone knows Cinderella's castle from the opening of Disney movies, from going to the theme parks and so on. Whereas when it came to Beauty and the Beast castle, the castle itself isn't the main icon. If you think of that movie, the castle only appears for a few seconds from the outside. The key to that movie is Beast and Belle, because their love story is the centerpiece of the whole movie. So Phil Wrighton came up with this really beautiful composition that has the two characters set above the castle, and it works really, really well on this cover. It looks absolutely fantastic. Really happy with how it turned out. Inside, we've got 116 pages as usual, and if you want to find out more about what's in here, then head to blocksmag.com, our website, where on the product page you can get a rundown of pretty much everything that's in this month's magazine. Now, as the cover hinted at, we've got our main interview feature with Ryan van Woerkom, the model designer who came up with the Beauty and the Beast castle, along with his colleagues. So he walks us through the process of putting this one together. It's really fascinating because he's really enthusiastic about the film. It's one of his favorites from childhood. So, he shares a little bit about that and how he built on that enthusiasm to do loads and loads of research into what the filmmakers intended, stitching together different reference material to come up with a nice coalescing design that would capture the different vibes that the castle has throughout the duration of the movie. And what's really special about this feature is that we actually have an image of the original digital concept sketch that started this whole model off. So you can compare how it looked in the beginning to what the final model looked like. It's always fun to see those behind the scenes sketch models and so on. When Ryan's working on models like the Disney castle, he can't use illegal connections. And we've got a whole article this month diving deep into what illegal connections are. What are illegal techniques? Can fans use them? Should fans use them? And we've got loads of examples as to illegal connections and what the kind of preferred version of that connection would be. Now, of course, in theory, illegal connections are those things that only LEGO model designers have to worry about. The professionals need to know them. As fans, we can do what we want with our LEGO bricks. But actually, potentially using these illegal connections could damage your pieces. So this feature was an eye-opener for me. It's written by Daniel Konstanski, the author of Secret Life of Lego Bricks. So he completely knows his stuff when it comes to this sort of thing. And I learned so much reading this one. And it's so fun when we get to illustrate a feature like this with minifigures and things. So we've got like the criminal minifigure doing lots of illegal things with his bricks. And then we've got a few Lego City police officer minifigures coming in to keep an eye on him and try and get him on the straight and narrow. But yeah, this one's really fun. And obviously the Beauty and the Beast feature is tied to a recent model. We're always keen to look at like what new models are coming out and what LEGO are doing with them. But we also always want to have evergreen features, content that is relevant today, next year, in 5 years' time. And things like illegal connections are always relevant for the LEGO fan community. Of course, we have our reviews section every month, and I had the pleasure of reviewing Jango Fett's Starship. I don't think it will be any surprise to tell you that this is a really good set. You can tell just by looking at the images, you can tell that this thing is display worthy. But the review, of course, goes into the nitty-gritty of what works really well about it, if there are any shortcomings in there, and why you might want to add this to your LEGO Star Wars collection. And something we always do in our reviews is point out that not every set is for everyone. So maybe this wouldn't be an ideal LEGO Star Wars set for you. We also have quick builds in the magazine every month. We always have at least 3, And these are two of the ones that we've got in this month's issue. For each of these quick builds, we provide step-by-step instructions and a parts list so that you can order the bricks or go and dig through your brick bins and find the bricks and build these yourselves. We've got a mini version of Bag End from The Lord of the Rings. We've got a modern take on the hang glider set from Lego Town. And we've also got a micro version of Beauty and the Beast Castle in this issue. Mario Kart Baby Peach and Grand Prix is one of the new sets from Lego Super Mario. So Anthony Walker-Cook has written up a review of this. He's a huge fan of the Mario Kart games, so it's really interesting to get his take on this whole wave of Mario Kart sets and find out which ones he thinks are worth adding to the collection. I was absolutely amazed when Daniel sent me the first pictures of his jungle build. So he's taken one of the Lego City Jungle sets that's just a truck and a tiny little tiger cave and expanded it into this wild, overgrown, natural jungle scene with the support of Lego Pick-a-Brick, who very kindly sent us a big batch of elements to work on this project with. And what he came up with is absolutely phenomenal. It's so hard to get Lego builds that actually look like natural environments. You know, often you can tell that there's a grid under there. In this case, you cannot. It is absolutely wild. And within this feature, we've got some step-by-step guides and some instructional tips so that when you're building your own environment builds that are supposed to be set out in nature, you can use some of these ideas in those models. It's always helpful to get new inspiration for your own Lego builds. We also have the top 10 Hogwarts Faculty minifigures. This is one of our quick little features that we have at the front of the magazine in the sort. And here, Anthony Walker-Cook picks out some of the Lego Harry Potter teachers, some of the famous ones, some of the obscure ones, and looks at which have had the very best of the best minifigures in the wizarding theme. We board the River Steamboat with Marina Stampoli and Jordan Scott, who walk us through how they took the Lego Ideas fan design and adapted it into an official model. I love features like this because we know as Lego fans that we can't buy everything. There's so many amazing, enormous models coming out all of the time. We don't have the budget or the space to have everything as fans. But by having these insider interview features, you can kind of get to grips with this model, even if it's one that you're not going to add to your collection. You can find out the thinking that went into it, the technical challenges that they had to solve, the way they had to come up with a beautiful display model that also had some functionality. I mean, it's absolutely fascinating, the insight that you get here. Having said that thing about, you know, we can't have everything and so on, I do have this model up in my living room at the moment on display, and it is beautiful. I can definitely recommend this one. So that's just a taste of what we've got in this issue of Blocks magazine. We're super proud of this particular issue. It's always fun when you see these things come together, when you have the mix of interviews, when you have the evergreen illegal connections type features, when you have the sort and all of the quick debates and quick columns and opinion pieces and news and everything, when you've got that review section with all different sets in it, and you've got the build features as well, giving you tips and things on how to enrich your building arsenal. So we're super, super happy with how this has turned out. I hope everybody enjoys it. Go to blocksmag.com to get it. And remember, the best value way to get the magazine is to do a subscription, because then you get the magazine delivered to your door before it arrives in shops. You get a free digital subscription. And on top of that, we will draw one subscriber every month who wins a prize. And this time we're giving away the Ultimate Collector Series Jango Fett Starship. So it's a really big prize that we've got. Make sure you have a look. Blocksmag.com tells you all of the details on the different packages that are available.